Your girl gang, which is what we call a gang of musicians gathered together to make powerful cosmic musical magic. You guys are at what we call the Hospital, which is your home base. It's the place where you have all your musical instruments, all your recording equipment, all of it. It's kind of like your bat cave. You also have all of your crime tracking equipment, everything else, so you have the way of being plugged into the outside world from here, learning all the information you might need to know about what's going on to stop crimes and also play concerts, book gigs, and such. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to you guys, outside of your hospital, there's a filthy beast moving among the trash, rolling forth and attacking innocent folks. We're in your secret base with your clone reserve. Well, let's introduce your characters for fun. Here in the hospital currently are three of our archetype musicians.
I am Izzard Lizard. I play bass. Izzard is androgynous, long, curly black hair, sunglasses, exceptionally large sunglasses, like that cover more than just the eyes. Of course, has a huge and powerful axe.
Leather jacket, but also wearing tights, sort of.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Bass player.
Yes, exactly.
Who else we got in this group here?
My character's name is Charlotte Painsberg. She does backup vocals and beatboxing into Spike Mike. Total like electro punk, hyper femme vibes. All 5'2", bright colors in black. Has never met a pharmaceutical substance that she didn't want to snort pretty much immediately.
Small but furious.
Very like flashy 1980s hair metal type look as well. Lots of bright colors and leopard print pants.
Do you have a weakness?
Yeah, I enjoy myself some coffee.
You carry a bullhorn.
That's right. Main vocals with the
beef caster.
The beef caster. You carry the beef caster, which just amplifies your vocals exponentially around you. Well, you guys are hanging out in your hospital, your secret cave, like many of the girl gangs do, until action arrives. Plenty of clones in reserve, so you can see your clones. You have a clone machine, since you're all archetypes. There are at least 6 backups of you here in tubes. So if you do die, one of them will pop up to replace you. You guys can, at this point, if you want to perform some magic, aka music, to show off for each other, that's always fun. Just if you want to, show off your skills. Anybody want to roll a magic / music skill to wail a little bit? Just fucking jam it here at the hospital. See how good you are at playing. We might have timed it perfectly.
I'd like to roll, play at the bass.
You guys start jamming, and another member of your girl gang walks in.
What kind of instrument do you want to play?
The drums.
The drums.
There we go, baby.
But it's got to be weird.
Yeah.
Alright, so as this member of your band walks in with the breast pumps, you start to play the bass.
I rolled 4 dice. I got 3 1s and a 3.
Those are all fails, and most of them ones. Luckily it wasn't all ones, so it won't hurt you, but that was a lot of ones, so it's probably comically bad. So you're probably playing a really bad bass line whenever this breast milk pumping member of your band who was late. The one who's always late to practice.
I am feminine presenting, Hugh Gina. Let's go jammer.
I think we have 2 screamers and 2 jammers, which is fine. Drums, the jam jars is your instrument. Jam jars.
Yeah, but this time it looks like a quad tone 7, so I carry it on my front instead of my back.
Okay, so it's like a belly instrument. Right now your weakness is loose change, so if you see coins, you'll have to resist eating them. You walked into a really bad bass solo when you came into the studio just now. If anyone else would like to show off their musical skills before we get into the game, this is a good time to show off how good you are at playing your instrument.
What's around us in the studio?
All kinds of musical equipment, more quote-unquote instrument weapons, recording equipment that can capture sound, reproduce sound, mirrors. It's both a hospital and a mansion. You could sleep here, you could live here, you can be recovered here. There's clone tubes if you have clones. You're all archetypes, so all of you have clones here. There's spray paint here if you want to grab some spray paint. That's available.
Oh yeah, no, I've absolutely already had some.
Yeah, you can have some.
I'd like for there to be at least 1 bass.
A bass instead of a bass, like a large fish?
Yes, I'd like there to
Somebody.
I mean, when you guys are at the hospital, you pretty much have all the resources you need. So if you're at the hospital and you want a bash, either you can already have one or request one, and the hospital AI will get one for you. Dr. Gold. So since none of you are playing a PhD character, that means the hospital has a PhD, which is me, which is pretty much a willing servant that will get you anything you want while you're at the hospital. So whatever you need right now can be acquired for you because you are legendary rock musicians that should get all the green M&Ms you want if that's what you want. This is your writer right now.
Start Spike beatboxed, flipping the Spike mic around.
You want to roll a magic / music roll to see how good your beatboxing is? Maybe it's better than the bass playing, because that was not great.
I rolled a 6 and 4. 4.
Oh, those were 2 successes, so even though if you were trying to do damage, one of those was a 6, it would have done damage. In this instance, you were just beatboxing, not trying to hurt anyone. But that could have hurt someone, you know it's that good. Like, that could have hurt someone that could have done 1 damage just now. That's how fire that was of a beatbox. Way better than that bass playing. And the alarm goes off. Wah, wah, wah. Oh no, you guys are being warned of an emergency. Now, you guys are, of course, a musical band, but you also fight crime like Scooby-Doo type dudes. And you're being warned that there's a beast, a strange trash monster with ominous purple auras attacking people all over town. The trash monster AI, your PhD, is warning you that this monster's out there, that you have to gather and do something about it. Luckily, according to your radar, it's not far. It's at your nearest local dump.
What do you mean it's the local dump? Are they in the bathroom, dude?
The robot will give you several explanations, like dictionary-wise.
Did you take a local dump like 8 minutes ago?
Let's go check it out. Everyone runs to the bathroom, looks at your turd. No, that's not it. And then the AI tries to explain. No, I mean the garbage dump, the refuse, where all the trash that humans make is kept.
Not the recycling center, because that's really far.
Just bring that to the trash later. It's just like a place to put trash temporarily. You guys need to go to the junkyard and check out what's going on.
Okay, but somebody has to give you a feedback, right? That's cool.
We're also, here at the hospital, you have a thing called the ambulance, which is like an ambulance that is a portable, sort of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their van. That's like that for you guys. It has weapons on board. It has 1 cloning pod. So if you guys need a quick clone, you can get one of your quick clones, but you can't get a bunch. You only get 1 in there at a time. Has some weapons, has some communication stuff, so communication with the hospital, etc. You can drive that to the dump if you like.
1, 2, 3, not it. Remember last time I drove the ambulance? I nominate Izzard, so you gotta be a good driver to drive a baseline. Isn't that right, Iz?
I will play the bass on.
Doop doop.
Very clearly.
Like Seinfeld. Bloop bloop bloop.
An affirmative bass line.
This is like a fun comic character where like a Penn and Teller where you don't say anything, you just communicate just via baseline. Are you articulating that you would like to drive or like not to drive?
Affirmation, and that's really all it. I will drive.
Alright, so you can roll an action roll to drive if you like.
I got a 6, 2 3s, and a 4.
That's 2 successes, 2 fails, but you got 1 6, so that beats the odds, I think. You're able to drive to the location of the dump successfully. Maybe not super fast. Maybe you like drive there at a very normal speed. You follow all the speed limits. You're not rushing there, but you do get there. You arrive at the dump where there's trash moving around all on its own. Debris spraying about. A purple aura surrounding some piles of trash that moves about like limbs, like octopus arms splashing trash about. You see the face of like a gorilla sort of in purple fur in the center of this trash mass, moving these monstrous piles of trash about as you park your ambulance. Generally, diapers and twisted metal don't move like that. You can roll for initiative if you like, if you think this is a battle, which is just an action dice, I believe.
Yeah, it's roll action.
Yeah, roll action dice.
Why is everything always so aggressive?
D&D.
Drunk and disorderly, I agree. Drugs and disorderly. Action is 3 dice for screamers, 4 dice for tears. Alright, you got 2 successes, 2 4s, and 3.
I have a 5, a 4, a 2, and a 1.
That's 2 for you also. Bunker.
If you had a 3 somewhere in there, getting Yahtzee.
Yeah, you can yell Yahtzee, which is always fun. 2 Charlotte Painsburg. 2 successes for Hugina.
I got 2 successes as well.
Any failures?
I got 1.
Alright, well, that's pretty even then.
Action, I got a 6, a 4, and a 3.
6, 4, 3, also 2. Oh, you guys are all doing well. You guys have all got 2 successes. So, to Hugina, then Charlotte, then Izzard, then the beef. In that order, go before the trash can attack you. You guys are inside your van, so you have the initiative. You're ahead of the trash. But you see the trash moving and attacking. You are safe inside the van now. If you leave the van, you feel like you could be attacked by this trash. If not, your van is attacked by the trash, your ambulance, and damaged. Otherwise, you're safe inside the van right now, but the battle has started. Eugenia, you get to go first.
I'm going to do some stick tricks with my drumsticks.
Inside the ambulance, or are you going to leave the ambulance?
kind of like leaning against the window and doing a sweet figure 8 spin in my fingers.
Just showing off through the window, but not putting yourself in any danger. Would you like to roll to attack the van window?
Yes. How many dice do I roll?
Well, you can either roll power or magic. Magic to do magic against the window, or power just to like straight up attack it with like fist and stuff.
Magic. This is obviously a magic roll and experience to share.
And you're a jammer, so magic, that's 3 dice, so you roll 4 total. Roll 4d6.
I rolled a 2, 3, 4, 5.
But it is 2 successes, 2 fails. Still good. Not enough to do any damage, but you do play, fairly well. Not amazing, because like I said, your fails are your successes, so it's like mid. You do like a mid little drum solo there.
Just rapidy rapid.
Charlotte Painsburg.
Yeah, no, I'm going to throw open the door of the ambulance.
Into the fray.
Expose us all to danger.
Yeah, there's debris flying everywhere. Debris starts flying into the van. It's like it's caught in the wind.
I would like to scream beatbox using Spike Link.
Wah! So roll magic, I guess, if you're trying to just deflect it with your vocal prowess.
I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Both of those successes, and one of them is enough to do damage. So you do 1 damage to the thing, and the other one's, and it's just a very nice looking hit, because the other one's a 4. So it's, all around good hit for you.
Yeah, I'm building another boom bat.
Wah! The trash repels when you do that, so you see your like vocal waves in the air, and the way you're doing like superhero cartoons and stuff. Like there's some sort of like
beatbox.
Yeah, there's like a visible blue aura that expands around you that repels things or whatever. Obvious that you repelled some of the trash, protecting you, yourself, and all of your allies from some trash. And now we have Izzard.
I'd like to play the bass.
Hell yeah, you would. That sounds like a magic roll also.
Yeah, 2 6s, 5 and a 1.
Well, hell yeah. Well, that's 2 damage. Even your failure doesn't hurt you there, because it's not enough to hurt yourself, and not enough to make you fail. So it's enough to knock out your other 3rd success, but that was, not enough to matter anyway. So far you guys have done 3 damage to this trash pile, bass lines and screaming wise. After Izzard, that's the beef.
I'd like to whip out my, obviously exit the ambulance first.
Yeah, the door's open.
And whip out the old sonic screamer megaphone. And tell my friends, the bandmates, stand back. We're gonna give them a blast to the power.
Nice.
And scream into the microphone to blast apart this trash monster. So
roll me a magic.
Magic?
Yep.
All right. I got 2 4s and no fails.
That's
I've got 2 magic.
That's still a success. Doesn't do any damage, but it looks good, and nothing bad happens at all. It just doesn't do any damage to your enemy, unfortunately, but it does look good.
Birds fly up the power lines and get away.
It's a good show. If nothing else, sparks come out, and now the trash gets to try to attack you guys. It's gonna go for the beef. I got 2 6s on the beef, so I do 2 damage to you, beef.
Oh!
You get just hit by just like a sink, some other just like metal debris. It's just random trash gets thrown at you. Mostly the sink is what hurt, I guess. You got 2 sink damage.
That thunk in hard.
And then we're back to Hugina.
Yeah, I find that unacceptable, and I tell them so. I'm gonna lecture the assailant.
The sink just is on the ground there. You can roll Vox to talk to a sink if you want. 2 Vox, 3 if you're yelling.
I will yell. I'm very upset.
3 Vox to yell at the sink.
A 5, a 6, and a 3.
Yeah, you do 1 damage to the sink. The sink cracks a little, but it is just an inanimate object. But you do damage it somehow. Charlotte Painsburg.
No, I do a rapid bit of boxing in an attempt to heal my buddy, the beef.
That sounds like magic. This one was an instance where 6 instead of hurting someone would heal them. So if you roll 6s, that will actually give them 1 HP back.
I rolled 2 6s and a 3.
Your voice is smooth, sweet, like the sound of butterflies and sweet, sweet coffee.
Sounds good to me, baby.
A hyperactive, high tempo beatbox.
Hell yeah.
Get your heart rate up, like nothing bad ever happened to you. Then after Charlotte comes Izzard.
Well, I'm gonna play the bass.
Fair. That's more magic then.
A pair of 2s and a pair of 5s.
Kind of evens out. You hit the thing, it's not very impressive, it doesn't do any damage, but you're not making a fool of yourself or anything. You're just hitting it and it's not doing it. You're like smashing some trash, stopping it from hitting yourself, but you're not doing any damage. You're like knocking teacups out of the way, kind of a thing. Repelling trash more than doing damage to it. After Izzard comes the beef.
Do we know where this creature came from?
So far, you have very little information about the creature. Like, you just recently got the alarm it was attacking. You went to where it was attacking. This is your first encounter with it. You know very little currently. Other than it has a purple aura and is using a large amount of trash to attack you.
I'm not versed in auras. What does a purple aura mean? Anybody verse?
You can roll. Well, it's your turn, so you can roll no to know things.
Oh, there's a no? Oh, hell. Yeah, why not?
2 dice. No.
Yeah. I got a 5 and a 1. I don't think I know anything.
The one kind of cancels out your 5, so yeah. The thing you think you know, you're very unsure about. You know it's magic, and it's probably ancient magic, but you're very unsure about what it means other than that, probably. That's some weird old magic shit.
There we go. Is that the end of my turn?
You could still attack if you wanted to, because that's just thinking. So if you still wanted to try to attack, I would let you.
Alright. It's just a big old blob of trash. It's hurling more trash in our general direction.
Yeah, you're in a junkyard, so everything's trash, and it has the ability to control all the trash, apparently. And it doesn't like you guys being here, and it's pretty much any innocent person around, any human that's not itself, it's throwing trash at. That includes you guys. You're part of the trash cyclone, if you're in the area.
I'd like to yell at this creature through my megaphone and say, "Hey, you stop it!"
You want to roll a Vox to see if you can stop it? You get to add 1d6 because you're yelling.
I rolled poorly. I got 2 5s, 2 1s, and
Yeah, I think your 2 1s can't tell your 2 5s, and you just have a 2, which is a fail. So yeah, the trash doesn't seem to respond to you.
this thing needs better ears.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to care.
That's the beast.
Alright, now it's the trash's turn. Izzard, you're gonna take 1 damage. Painsburg takes 1 damage.
Ouchie.
And the beef takes 1 damage from just various debris, trash flying around and hitting you in various parts of your body. The eye, the nards, the elbow. You guys can choose which one of you gets which part of the body hit, but each one of you got hit one of those body parts just now.
Oh,
And then we go back to the top.
Ow, my elbow. Actually, no, I probably got the eye. It's unlikely that Izzard's got huge sunglasses.
Yeah, that blocks the eyes. So that takes us back to Hugh China there, back at the top. After that, you didn't get hit, but everyone, you saw all of your allies get smacked in the face with stuff. And then it's back to you, Hugh.
This is all absurd. I want to scream "Let's rock" and begin an aggressive, like punk rock style drum intro.
Is this with the intent of doing damage?
Yeah, just put to the environment.
Yeah, this roll magic.
I'm imaging the piece. I'm coming out hot. You ready?
Yeah.
A 4, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Oh, well the 6 does damage.
Is that good or not?
Oh, it's very good. Those were all successes. Only the 6 does damage. So only does 1 damage, but because there's no fails, it also looks very good. So you did a very impressive
Nice.
looking hit, and it does a damage. So the most important thing about those numbers was that it looked sexy while you were doing it.
All of my bandmates to be amped up and ready to rock.
Yeah, they were impressed by your performance. That's like Guitar Hero shit that you made the crowd go yay.
made the crowd go, yeah.
Charlotte Painsburg.
Drum solo hypes her up, and she swings like to attempt to hit the trash monster with it. Power roll. I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 4.
Well, that's also very impressive. All successes, and the 6 is actually a damage. So nice looking, and it does 1 damage.
Perfectly choreographed with these drums.
Yeah, you see your mic smash into a piece of trash, and the purple aura kind of explode when you hit the trash. The trash that you hit smashes into pieces too, but then the purple aura sort of vaporizes around it. Like when your instrument hits it, it loses the power over it. That's satisfying, I'm sure.
It is satisfying.
Then we have Izzard.
Well, leave it. I want to play the bass.
It would be.
Classic bass player. Always playing the bass. Just sitting in the background playing the bass.
I got 2 6s, a 5, and a 4.
2 6s. 2 6s means it does 2 damage, so that's good damage, and the 5 and the 4 means it also looked good. So beautiful. You smash some trash, you like hump the air, you put one leg up on the amp. That's very impressive.
Alright.
So you're gonna get some groupies tonight. After the Izzard comes the beef.
I think it's time to plug into the ambulance.
Ah, yeah.
Utilize-
You can. That's the
Utilize
beauty of
the,
it's a portable studio, basically.
yeah.
Power up your weapon.
Plug into that, power up the weapon, set the mic in the overture over.
Set phasers to rock.
Set phasers to rock. Exactly. Give the old trash monster penetrative blast from the old ambulance directional speakers.
Alright, roll your magic, and I'll let you add 2d6 to that because you're using the ambulance to amplify it. Or to amplify it, I guess.
I got a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Ooh. Well, let the 1 mark out your 5, and then the 4 won't negate your 6. Your 6 will still do 1 damage, but not super impressive. So you play like a bad note. It's like in Guitar Hero, and you're still playing guitar, but it goes cronk. It makes that weird note. Still very loud and makes some trash pop. So it still does some damage, but maybe it was not for your bandmates know you played a bad note. The audience might not realize it because they're just pedestrians. They don't know when you play a bad note, but the musicians knew you played a sour note. So just for your own,
Can I do
your own mental sake.
that comedy film where he goes, put him...
You may. I think I'm gonna go after Izzard this time. I do 2 damage to Izzard,
Ow.
and then the Badoom Chush happens. Now, is that comedic Badoom Chush just for comedy, or would you like to do a sarcastic attack with it as well, magically?
No, this is just to emphasize the burned face note.
Alright, well then after that happens, it's your turn. Would you like to attack magically or with power? Physically?
No, I want to look at my comrades with an expression of, like, did you get my joke? And also wondering where my laughs are at. And I'm willing to commit my entire turn to this.
Just waiting for response. You can...
Feeling underappreciated for my genius.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll even let you delay your turn until after the beef goes, and you can go after that if no one has laughed by then. If someone laughs, you can go after... As soon as someone laughs, you can go. Save your turn.
That feels fair. You're a good DM. That's a good call.
I'd try my best. I try to be fair and judicious at all points in time. After Hugina comes Charlotte Painsburg.
I want to do a cartwheel to slam my bike into trash.
So power attack. Physical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back handspring into a putty face.
And 5, 4, and 2.
5, 4, 2. No damage, but not bad because your successes outnumbered your failures, so it still looked good. Only a little sloppy.
That's all most important.
But you didn't do any damage. You still hit the guy. You just didn't... It's like when you hit a putty and they don't blow up, but you didn't hit it in the right spot. It's like that with the trash. You, hit some trash, but it didn't break. It just kind of moved. You, knocked it away from yourself. So it didn't hit you. It just got brushed away. After you comes the Izzard.
Bass playing.
Throw it down. Is that more magic bass playing?
Yes.
Yeah, use it. It's sort of like the bardic shield for your group. If it works, it destroys the trash around you.
I got 1 6, 2 4s, and a 1.
So the 1 will just cross out your 4, your 2 6s are still good, so you do damage. You guys have done 10 damage to this pile of trash, which is impressive. It doesn't seem to really matter because you're in a junkyard, so it's just more and more trash coming, and it doesn't seem to be affecting the purple aura at all. And then after you comes the beef.
It occurs to me that we may have a small issue of the fact that it's just absorbing more and more garbage. Is there a way we can lure it? Or I got an idea. What if we drove the ambulance in?
Just drive it, because I expect them to just kind of floor it in the moment.
Well, it's the beef's turn, so if the beef wants to use action roll to drive the ambulance into the trash, they can.
Try to push whatever's in the middle of it out of the main pile.
And you can even try to aim the truck if you like. If you want to roll a power roll, I'll even allow you to use the ambulance as a weapon. You can try to attack with the ambulance. You can just roll power with ambulance.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I got a 1, a 4, and a 5, so I don't know how successful that would be.
So you probably do drive the ambulance into the trash. Probably just get it stuck in there. You just have driven into some trash. Now your ambulance is stuck into some trash, doing no damage, unfortunately. So Hugh, you're in the ambulance still, I believe, but you are now very close to this purple aura.
I would like to empathize with the ambulance as I too am surrounded by trash.
Would you like to make that a love roll? I think that's to love the ambulance.
Yes.
I'll allow that. Yeah, that's 46 then, to love the ambulance.
I have a pair of 1s and a pair of 4s.
Those basically cancel each other out, so no harm, no foul. There's no damage to be done. But basically,
the ambulance doesn't love me back.
Yeah, you love the ambulance, it doesn't love you back. It's a one-way relationship, and you realize that now. I think now's the time you're realizing the ambulance isn't sentient like the other AI they work with. It's just a machine. You still attack because that was just you liking the ambulance. So if you still want to try to attack, I'll allow it. If not, I'm going to go to the trash.
In the spirit of rejected bitterness, I will slap the ambulance.
Fair. Roll me a power roll against the ambulance.
A 2, a 3, a 3, and a 5.
Luckily for the ambulance, you do no damage to it. Ineffectual slap. You hit the,
it was more for dramatic effect.
Well, I mean, it's the same kind of thing in real life. You're just hitting a van. You're hitting an inanimate object, so it doesn't really matter. But you did slap it. It doesn't really matter to it. Trash attacks. Luckily for all of you guys, I rolled I rolled 1 4, which is still a success, but no damage. And everything else is lower than that. So no damage is done to any of you guys on this turn. But you do get interrupted in the ambulance. A message from the AI, Dr. Girl PhD, your faithful companion, the robot that always informs you of valuable information. It lets you know that your battle with this beast might be a waste of your time, that it might be too strong for you, that according to its readings, the magic is incredibly strong, stronger than any magic you guys possess, and that fighting it might be a waste of your time. You might need to retreat and somehow find something to help you defeat it because you cannot defeat it on your own. You can stay here and continue to try. The AI will not make you leave, but what will probably happen is you will die and be respawned as clones because this monster seems to have more power than you based on the AI is drawing.
I'd like to play the bass.
That's a magic attack.
Yeah, I got a 5, a 4, and a 2 and a 1.
So your 1 cancels out your 4. So yeah, you play the bass, but it doesn't do any damage. So this time the trash is coming closer to you. You're not even blowing it evenly. The message you just got is absolutely true. This magic is so strong, even your bass playing can't repel it. The AI recommends you guys drive away. Retreat.
Well, I've tried. Only thing I can think of, and it didn't work. So someone else should have ideas that aren't play the bass.
True. Well, we should go back to the top. Should be Hugh back at the top, though. So, Hugh.
Yeah, I'll notice this and attempt to play the bass.
Just grab the bass. Boop-a-doop. My turn. Boop-a-doop. Yeah, roll magic on the bass. You need multi-instrumentalist.
I have a 6, a 6, a 5, and a 4.
2 damage. And also looks nice because of the 5 and the 4. So it was a very sexy hit. You could do acrobatics. You could do like a flip hit. You could do like one of those cool wire fu type kicks. Like whatever you want. You did 2 damage. So it also looks cool. So you do a cool bass.
I do a lot of white snake style pelvic thrusting with the bass.
Yeah, you hump the air. And like lightning bolts. When you hump the air, lightning bolts come out of your dick and hits the trash and disintegrates the trash.
Yeah,
that's like pyrotechnics.
Show them how to do it. You have some Roman candles in your crotch now all of a sudden. In comes Charlotte Painsburg.
Very inspiring.
Hopefully Charlotte Painsburg's inspired.
I tell Charlotte to follow her dreams.
I would like to cartwheel into the driver's seat of the ambulance and mildly remind everybody about what happened last time I drove the ambulance and reverse it.
Alright, I believe that's action to drive.
Alright, my actions. 3 dice worth of action. Roll a 6, a 5, and a 4.
All good. So this time you do not fail at driving. Maybe reversing is what you're good at. Maybe last time what went wrong was you reversed into something. And this time you're reversing out of something. It works out just fine. You back up real fast. You back up out of the trash. You're now no longer stuck in this magical trash pile. The purple aura no longer surrounds the ambulance like it was before.
We're in the ambulance escaping, right?
Yeah, the door's open, but you guys just backed up, a little bit, like as much as you can. Like if you punch reverse, like back up, that's probably what just happened in one turn of an adventure. I don't want to say 6 seconds, but you backed up, 30, 40.
Oh, I'm gonna give the creature the finger and say, we're not done with you yet.
As we drive away.
Do you want to roll a Vox to intimidate it?
Sure. I got 2 5s, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
More successes than failures. Of course, no damage, but you are just yelling. And it was a pretty impressive yell. More impressive than not, based on those rolls. As you guys drive away more, I will go ahead and let Charlotte Painsburg continue, since you're in the driver's seat, roll another action to pilot you guys out of here. Try to go forward, spin the thing around, that kind of stuff. Really cool, Fast and Furious move out of here. Because the trash does seem to move very slow. It's just a pile of trash. Sometimes it throws large balls of trash. It seems to move very quickly.
Yeah, peeling the hell out. We're getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, roll me an action to be successfully escaping.
I rolled a 2, a 6, and a 6.
That's good enough. So yeah, those are 2 forwards. We'll even say because there's 2 6s and they'll do damage, you spin it around, drive forward through some trash, and those 2 6s do some damage to some purple aura. You see trash splash. You do some damage on the way out to the beast. On the way back to the hospital, and you go as quickly as you can back to your base, the hospital, to gather more information, figure out what's going on. Now you're back at the hospital. You need to roll some know checks. Everybody needs to roll some knowledge, some knows. See if you can figure out how to defeat this thing. Maybe one of you guys knows something. Hugh, do you know how to stop this thing?
I have a 3 and a 5.
You don't really know. You're kind of sort of like the same knowledge any general person would know, which is kind of the knowledge you gain from just experiencing the thing. Do you know anything, Charlotte?
I rolled a 6 and a 4 to attempt to know things.
Yeah, you know more than Hugh, but still, those are both successes. Yeah, you would know that was definitely, let's see, from before, ancient magic, a strange aura. It wasn't the trash. The problem was you guys were destroying trash, but it was the aura controlling the trash that was the problem, not the trash. You couldn't fight the aura. So you'll know that with that roll. After that comes Izzard. Do you know anything?
No.
Straight up. Nah. Alright.
Nope.
The Beef, do you know anything?
I think we should try and find like a witch doctor or something.
A were doctor?
Yeah, something like that, a were doctor.
With
Like
no
somebody who only turns into a doctor at the polo.
with no better suggestions, your AI friend, Dr. Girl PhD, feminine doctor robot, sort of like android companion walks up and suggests you check all books, which is what they call the library, I guess, a depository of all the world's knowledge, conveniently located down the street. You guys can drive to All Books and try to find more information.
Is there a taco truck on the way?
There's a taco street on every corner in this America, so
Yes.
this is
I don't know about you,
utopia.
but fighting trash monsters Spike like makes me hungry.
You can stop for a taco
Yeah.
on the way
I'm
to
gonna get
the
a whole
library.
plate of syrup.
You guys leave and you stop at a taco truck. They're serving coffee and tacos. Everyone loves tacos and coffee.
I'm gonna have to order at least 2 cups of that gum.
As long as you're not trying to resist the beef, that is your weakness. But if you're not trying to resist, yeah, get coffeeed up.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, you guys get some coffee and some tacos. So, you know, this is a very short time period. It's crap.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous combo. You guys have started the time bomb that's going to end this adventure when everyone has to take a shit all of a sudden. But until then, you guys have got snacks.
The local dump.
Yeah, you can go back to the local dump and take a local dump. Until then, you guys have, beefed up, quote unquote, taco wise. And you can go to All Books. You drive there successfully. You know where it's at. You followed your GPS. You got AI.
Yeah, I want to drive really fast.
You do.
I'll
Pedal
go
to the
for
metal.
it.
Yeah,
To
I would love
respond.
it. If you're going to drive really fast, I would love an action roll to see like how successful you're really fast driving it.
I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 4.
So you do some damage on the way there, that's all. Like, yeah, you hit some stuff. We'll say the ambulance is sort of damaged on the way there. It's got some dents, but you guys still make it. It's just not pretty. There's going to be some insurance claims later, but that's not your problem. That's the AI's problem. You guys just work here. So you make it to the library, All Books, and you're able to go inside and try to find more knowledge about your enemy, this trash monster, this beast. And there's some patrons walking around, searching the books beside yourselves there. It's an ancient library. It's full of dusty old books on shelves, stacks of books and piles on the floor. You'll need to roll a seek to find the book that has the answers you need to defeat the beast.
Y'all go check the ancient artifacts section, and y'all, let's see here. Charlotte, you check the ancient artifacts section.
You got it.
Our good friend Hugh Gina, you check. Let's see.
Children's section.
Check the children's section for anything that seems neat. Izzy, you check out the base to see if you find some good bass lines, and I'll check the occult section. How's that sound?
And break.
Everyone rolled their seek number. We can go in that same order if it helps. So, Hugh, you can go first, 3d6 to seek. See what you find in your section.
Ooh, I have a 6, a 5, and a 5.
Oh, pretty good. Oh, that's got to be in this section, but you haven't found the right book yet. But you feel like you're on the trail. After that comes
Feels good.
Charlotte Painsburg.
I rolled a 6, 5, and 4.
Similar feeling. Oh, I love being in all
Yeah,
books.
too.
All these books are so good. I love these books. I feel like I'm on the right trail. You also feel like you're on the path. You're gonna find it. You're gonna the source of knowledge is just beyond this next precipice. You're gonna find the answer. Izzard,
Well, I got 3s.
you get lost in the library. You end up by the water fountain.
Thinking about base 2.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like, so you just sit up on a couch somewhere playing bass near a water fountain, totally forgetting what book you're looking at.
Yeah.
Just riffing.
That sounds exactly like
You found a really cool riff to do, doing that.
After a while, y'all go hunting for him because you haven't seen him in a while, and he's in another part of the library arguing with somebody, and you catch the end of the argument. He says,
I'm not gonna brush my teeth in the library. That's ridiculous.
Roll me a Vox check for not brushing your teeth in the library.
okay.
The beast.
Everything cancels each other out.
Then yeah, you're just having an argument with a guy, nothing really, it doesn't matter. It seems like he would rather just not talk to you, I guess, at the end of it. He doesn't want to fight you. He's not pleased with what you're saying. He just wants this conversation to be over with. I think everyone gets that vibe when they see you talking to this guy.
My search result was 3 1s, so yeah.
You get into a fight with this guy. That's probably the result of those 3 ones also.
I'm not gonna brush my teeth at the library.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
This is the food
I'm
library.
gonna brush my teeth in a library? That's ridiculous.
So you find nothing, obviously, with that roll. Roll another seek if you're still searching for answers.
No, I'm not. I'm brushing my teeth now.
Oh yeah, you just got the idea to brush your teeth?
Just let me have this.
And you can just do it.
General oral hygiene.
Oh yeah, you can just use your turn doing that if you like. You brush your teeth.
Sweet.
And then
I mumble about it not being that ridiculous.
then we go to Charlotte Painsburg.
I want to scream at whoever that is arguing with that it is ridiculous.
That's
And
just
I'm yelling.
Yeah, that can just be a vox if you're just yelling and trying to convince everyone this is ridiculous.
I rolled a 3, a 3, a 6, and a 6.
Well, they kind of cancel each other out, but because it's 2 6s, I'm going to have a librarian come up to help you guys and ask what the problem is and if it can help you. You have an actual librarian, a librarian here to help you now.
I say to the librarian, we're trying to figure out if it's ridiculous to want to brush your teeth in the library.
Roll me a seek.
We had something else we were thinking about, but I can't remember.
That's fine. They don't care. That's what you're looking for now. So
I rolled a 6, and a 5, and a 3.
they can easily point you to the dental hygiene section about why it's good to brush your teeth in public or in private. And they'll send you the section about all the dental hygiene books. So you guys are now all together, the whole gang, at least the 3 of you that are brushing your teeth, are now in the dental hygiene section of the library. And I think the other one of you is playing bass. So it's one of you playing bass by the water fountain, 3 of you in the dental hygiene section. All diverted from your mission to figure out how to defeat Beast. After Charlotte comes the Izzard.
Since relevant, I'm going to go to the base section.
Are you going to seek something there? A base grimoire or something? Everyone loves a good base
Yeah,
grimoire.
sure.
It's got all the scales in there. Yeah, roll me a seek to find the base grimoire.
Well, I failed.
You failed to find the base grimoire then.
Yeah, I got a 4 and 2 1.
And sometimes it takes a minute. After the Izzard comes the beef.
Suddenly I've got it in my head that maybe someone's trying to hide the information from us.
Ah, conspiracy theory. Love it.
I guess the opposite of hiding would be seeking, is that right?
Yep.
I got 2 4s and a 2.
You're flipping through the aisles. You're looking for. You can't find what you're looking for. You feel like you're in a library. You're looking at book titles. You feel like you're in a section you shouldn't be in. You're not finding what you're looking for.
Excuse me, Mr. Librarian person. We're looking for the occult section of forbidden lore and magic.
Yeah, roll me a vox.
1, 2 3s, and a 4.
They point you to the occult section, but it's very large. So it doesn't. You're just like there's just like, oh, here the occult wing. So now you've now been pointed to the occult wing of the library. So you guys now could see the occult wing together. You guys are now faced with a large selection of occults.
Why on earth is the occult section so large?
There's apparently a lot of cults.
Yeah, I mean, the cult, Blue Oyster Cult.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of magic out there. We got a lot of magic we can do.
Yeah, that's right.
So you guys can keep seeking. Now that you've gotten closer. Yeah, you want to roll a seek, or if you're just trying to like magically pick the right book, you can roll a magic and try to select the right too.
I'm not necessarily reaching for the right book, just the closest reachable book.
Then you can just roll action, I guess, just to grab a book.
A 3 5 5 5.
You grab a book that you like, and it's about the occult, and it's about magic, and it's about the stuff related to the stuff you're thinking about, but it's not necessarily for this particular beast, but it's very closely related. So you must be in the right section. So if you want to point your allies to be like, oh, this book's pretty close, check around here, that could be helpful, I guess.
Instead, I'm going to draw dicks and a 3 bar by 3 bar S shape. The pages of this book.
The cool S.
The cool S.
Roll me a magic, which was 46.
3 4 4 5.
Yeah, the symbols glow in the book, but doesn't change anything. It just looks cool as shit.
I giggle with this.
Yeah, it's glowing dicks and glowing S's. After that, we have Charlotte Painsburg.
Yeah, I'll try to use magic to find the right book.
You may roll magic to use your magic to locate the proper tome or talisman.
I rolled 4 and a 1.
That's not good. There's some like sparks come out of your hands, but like because it's all magic books, like it feels like the magic repels. You know what I mean? Like the sparks come out of your hands and don't go any further because all these books contain so much magic, and it just kind of like repels your magic. It feels kind of off-putting.
And it didn't look good, which is more important.
Oh yeah, because as a rock star, you want it to look good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The sparks weren't even that sparky.
Well, I'm gonna play the bass.
Classic move. That's magic right there. Doom, 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 doom. Let's see what happens when you play the magicness.
I got 2 5s and 2 2s.
I mean, it sounds good. At least, like, not amazing, but like you're you practicing bass like general. So you're playing bass as good as normal. No one's upset at it.
That is the extent of what I wanted to do.
You were successful at it. Played bass. The beef.
Excuse me, librarian. Yeah, we're trying to find a book about some sort of purple poltergeist or something that can throw a bunch of trash all over the place, be a complete nuisance, and somewhat of a jackass.
Yeah, that's a lot of code words right there. So if you want to roll me a Vox to try to get help.
I got a 6, 2 3s, and a 2.
I'm gonna say she's very perturbed by you guys because you made sparks, you're making a big fuss. She's gonna tell you to show she's very upset. She's gonna grab a comic book from the occult section and kind of like shove you guys off to a corner and just tell you guys to keep quiet. No more bass playing or she's gonna kick you out, basically. So she's very upset, but she does pull the comic book that you need. You know, it's a comic book, it's very thin. You guys just thought you were looking for a very large magical tome. But it's just a little comic book about some little monsters that grew out of a garbage patch in the Atlantic Ocean and got magical powers and became stronger. And it tells the story of all these little monsters. And one of the monsters in this comic book is an ancient mummy that has the power to dispel trash creatures because of its ancient magic. And that's been revealed to you guys for finding this sacred comic book, which you can now keep. One of you guys can put in your collection. You'll have access to the sacred comic book and its magic. Whoever puts it in their pocket will be able to use that later if they like.
I'm pretty sure this mummy is a rapper.
Aren't all mummies rappers? That's, they're covered in bandages. But yeah, you now have the comic book that has the answers to defeating the beast. So you guys need to know how to use the know skill. If you guys want to know information from this book, now that you have the book, you guys can roll the know or knowledge skill, the know skill, to read things from this book to learn how to defeat this beast.
No one is here.
Reading hard.
Yeah, we're in a rock band.
I rolled a pair of 3s, so
There's just a bunch of cool pictures in there, but you don't get it because the writing in it is not in the same language you speak. It's in a weird heavenly language. It's all kind of weird symbols and stuff. So you can see the pictures, but you can't read the words.
damn, this is all Greek to me because I don't understand what the fuck I'm doing here.
If it was Greek, you could translate it, but it's definitely not Greek. The mummy's in it though, and so is the trash monster. You see, like, this is obviously it has the information you need in it, but you can't translate. Anybody else want to try and know?
I failed.
Well, outside of that, you guys can just leave the library and open the chest. You can even take the ancient comic book to the ambulance and look at it there if you like. Inspect it, do whatever you wish with it, do the dishes with it, but it contains the
check
next
it out?
clues. Yeah, you have to check it out, but it just seems to be a pretty lax library because they have their books on piles on the board. So
And that's cool because my library card was confiscated.
you can pretty much
Or,
you can just lie about what your name is and you get away. They don't really seem to be checking it, so it seems to be fine. It seems to be a library that runs on the honor system, probably why it's so horribly run. It's like, bring it back if you feel like it. Like I said, you've been able to judge from the pictures that there's a trash monster with a purple aura in there, and there's all these other creatures, several creatures, and strange monsters, but it seems to be there's a mummy that seems to defeat trash. But without understanding the language inside, you don't know how to find them.
Well, that sucks. Beef, you got any ideas?
You can know to learn stuff, you can magic the book, or you could just use the seek skill to go looking for the mummy. One of those three right now, otherwise.
Hey, this comic book was written by Stan Lee.
Aren't they all?
What if we got that other magical band that we know involved with it? We kind of are kind of rivals, but maybe we could always, have them play the first set, as you will, and then we could close it out. We follow them adrift.
You want to call up another girl gang and see if they'll play the gig for you?
They'll open the gig for us. So, that's built at that point.
What do you think?
It's going to take a wallet to pay them, though. Someone got a wallet to pay another band to do some searching for you? Do the first half of your mission for you if you can pay them.
Hey, no, this is exposure, man. They should be happy to be involved in it. Imagine the news articles.
I am not exposing myself as patient yet.
What?
Exposure.
It's not as exciting to expose yourself as you think it is. You can get in trouble for that,
Plus, there's a whole matter of consent.
There's a lot of girl gangs around the world, and girl gangs are just bands. And the other girl gang you're contacting is maybe more popular than you guys and doesn't really need the press as much as you guys do.
Oh no, they need it.
There's no such thing as bad press. Anyone could use it. But like I said, they don't need it bad enough to want to go looking for some weird mummy. And maybe they haven't encountered the trash monster yet, the beast. They don't know what they're even afraid of. So until they encounter it and know that it's a problem for them, maybe they're just not, threatened. So they're not on board with going to attack it or look for something to defeat it. You guys will notice that the weird writing doesn't just seem strange like another language. It seems like it might be magical writing. You can try to roll a magic on this comic book.
I want to sing to it.
I'll allow it.
But I need Izzard to play the bass.
Alright, time for another sick bass line, Izzard. Roll me a magic bass line and a magic singing.
2 6s and 2 2s.
Roll a 6 and a 4.
Luckily for you guys, that's 3 6s, which is all you need to unlock the magic of the comic book. 666. Magic the Comic Book unleashes. There's a kaleidoscope of colors and trippy graphics surrounding you. The van seems to drive itself through various locations, deserts, towns, beaches, cities, until it finally arrives at a mysterious desert cavern. Not a pyramid, but more like a trapezoidal shape of stone in the desert, with a small entrance that you guys can get into. So you guys have arrived at some strange tomb by way of magic. Sort of like you guys just had a really weird acid trip and just woke up at this place. Would you like to enter this strange trapezoidal stone shape as a gang?
The trapezoidal prism?
Yeah, made of stone. Stone prism.
Is there a taco truck nearby?
Oh, there's always, like I said, one on every corner if you want a taco.
Yeah, no, I absolutely need a taco before we go into this trapezoid.
Yeah, there's a hot taco truck nearby that only serves the hottest tacos with the hottest sauce. Fresh off the grill, almost too hot to hold and too hot to eat. Both by touch and by taste. Very spicy, very warm tacos in the middle of the desert. And no drinks, so you can have a taco, but you'll end up feeling very thirsty after. Taco will be enjoyable. You'll have to roll a wallet to pay for it, of course.
I can do that. Pretty sure that Screamers have a decent wallet. I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 3.
More successes than fails. Yeah, you pay for your taco. That sounds like you can afford a taco.
This seems like a dumpling store. I think I'm gonna pass on this taco.
Well, there you go. Where you go from here is up to you, but you are at your location where you believe the mummy is located.
Dope. My mouth is on fire, which is good, because you probably have to spit fire for a mummy, because all mummies are rappers, especially the...
Yeah, you're going to spit fire. That would help. You're going to battle a mummy.
Or just impress them.
And battling a mummy is one way to impress him. So you can enter the lair of the mummy. If you all do, which I advise you all to do, if one goes in, one should all follow. That's a girl gang camaraderie. You guys are a band, so you wouldn't leave a bandmate behind. So if Charlotte walks into the maze, I assume you all will follow. But it's a labyrinth that shifts its shapes and has traps, arrows flying across, snake pits, all kinds of dangerous things. So I need you guys to first roll a no to outsmart some traps. It will determine if anyone gets hurt if they fail to know the trap. We'll go in order again if that helps. We can go Hugh first. Hugh, roll your no.
I got 3 threes.
3 fails.
Surely that-
Lucky for you, I also rolled 3 fails. So even though you were dumb and you fail the trap, despite dumb luck, the trap springs and still misses you, but narrowly. So very frightening for sure.
I find that to be evidence of my...
After Hugh comes Charlotte.
Rolled a 6 and a 5.
You're actually able to disarm a trap, which is good. It means it does you no damage, and I will roll 1 less damage on my next roll against Izzard. Izzard, roll your no against a trap, although partially disarmed.
A 3, 4, 5.
More successes than failures, although not enough to disarm any traps, just enough to narrowly dodge. Although one is going to fly directly at the beef. So the beef, you have to roll a successful no or one will hit you. Roll me a knowledge, beef.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Alright, you will still take 1 damage.
Ow.
You guys make it past this first bit of traps, though, partially disarmed. The next trap is an action trap. So this is more just like a jump over a hole and don't fall in type of thing. So you need everyone to roll an action to not die from this trap, hurt from this trap. Injured by spikes, basically. Let's go back up.
Like toothbrushes that sharpened?
Yeah, sharpened toothbrushes at the bottom of the pit. The sharpened toothbrushes and broken CDs, stuff like that. Hugh, let's roll an action to get over this pit of despair.
Ooh, 3 6s and a 4.
That's a great jump. You make it right over. As a matter of fact, I will let you give one of your 6s to an ally. If they fail or fall, you can use it to save them. You can reserve one of your 6s if someone needs help.
Alright, saving a helping.
Charlotte Painsburg, you may roll an action to jump.
Can do. I'd like to do an elegant somersault. 6, 4, and a 2.
That's more successes than failures, so you still make it over. Maybe not as impressive as Hugh, but still pretty impressive. Izzard?
Play the bass.
Yeah, play the bass.
You have to do an action, so you can play the bass while you jump if you want. So roll me an action to play the bass and leap.
2 6s and a 3.
Also a great jump. And playing the bass the whole time, might I add. Sexy. Yeah, you make it over. The beef. Last one to cross
I
the
got
crevasse.
2 6s and 1.
Your 1 does not undo your other 6, so you're still making it across. No one even needed the helping hand, even though he was there with it. But you all make it across the action crevasse. You sneak past lots of vermin, snakes, and little wee monsters. Let's see if you have to deal with any of them. You guys have jumped across this crevasse, and now you see a giant scorpion. I'm gonna give it some fake health. Giant scorpion, roll action for initiative.
Like a Mortal Kombat scorpion or a big bug?
It's both. It's Scorpion the Scorpion.
I rolled a 5, a 5, and a 1.
Alright, 551.
1, 2, 6.
I got 1, 2, 4.
Hugh China, Charlotte Painsburg, the Beef, and then Izzard last. And then I roll my Scorpion here. There, oh, Scorpion goes first. Alright, I'm gonna roll power attack on you guys. I rolled only one success, a 6, and a 2 not. So 1 damage. Let's do Hugh, because you're in the front of the initiative. So 1 damage on Hugh. Scorpion pincher. Clonk.
I take it.
That's probably why you're turning. You guys jumped on this pin and it grabbed you, and then you get to go first and got you.
I'm gonna headbutt it.
Sounds like a power move, which
Feels like a power move.
you're a jammer. That's a 4d6. Although, if you want to argue that you're defending your friends, you can add another d6 and make it 5d6.
Nice. I will do it.
Yeah.
And that lets me re-roll these 4.
Yeah, sure. I'm not looking.
Okay, never mind. I want the other 4 back.
That's a free roll
I
problem.
didn't roll anything higher than a 3. It's all terrible.
Yeah, you're probably like flailing, hitting this thing, but it's got a hard shell, and you're just grasping. You're hitting it, but it's just not doing any damage. You're slapping it with
How
your
does it
fists.
sound though?
Oh, it sounds like it's a fun beat. Slap it, bap it. You're like, oh, it's a big beat. Let's sample this later, but it still hurts because you're being unfortunate.
Okay, but I will play it. I will play a rhythm on this crap Scorpion.
Yeah, you're still getting down, even though it hurts some. Be scooshed. You took a little damage, so it doesn't feel great. That leads us to Charlotte Painsburg.
I would like
I'm
to
giving you like a solid 120 per minute. Get on it.
Yeah, I want to do like a magic beatbox to buff my pals.
All out, roll magic.
Rolled a 6 and a 5.
That'll do 1 damage to the creature, and because you rolled a 6 and a 5, I will say that it inspires your allies. I'll say for the rest of this round, so just for the next 2 people, that'll be for Beef and Izzard. You guys can choose to re-roll your d6s if you so choose, but you have to take the result. So if you roll the first time you don't like it, you can try to roll again, but whatever you roll the second time has to be what you say. Because why not? You already did it. So that leads us to Beef.
I like to scream profanities at this thing and hurt its feelings. Convincing profanities.
And you can roll a Vox at it.
Wow, I got a 1, a 5, and 3 6s.
Wow, the 3 6s are really nice. I would say you have the option to reroll because of that magic, but you might just want to take the 3 6s. I will say because it can't do any damage because it's not an action, or it's not a power or a magic. But I will say it will drop Hugh because of that. So Hugh, you're no longer being crushed. You don't want to take any damage unless it grabs you again, at least. So at
I'm gonna
least,
stay close and drum on it though.
yeah, you can still beat on it for the time being, but it does release you from its tapping on that side, no longer being. Now that takes us to Izzard.
Play the bass. A 6, 2, and 2 3s.
So the 6 will still do damage, but it's going to be a really bad baseline. And your band's going to look at you like it sucked. They'll be like, what was that, man? You totally messed up that riff. Dude, come on, man. You fucked that riff up. Everyone knows that was the wrong note. But still did damage. Even the Scorpion knew it was the wrong note. That's what did the damage. Scorpion's, oh, that note was so bad and it hurt. We got lucky on that one. Alright, my Scorpion, I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3. So my Scorpion just grabs the air by claws nothing. And we're back to Hugh. Still playing the drums on this guy, which if you want to amplify magically, you can.
I do like double kick bass amplification.
Double kick this guy.
6 5 4 3 Yahtzee.
It's gotta be 5 dice to be a Yahtzee. That's tricky. But still,
Says you.
so very close to a Yahtzee. Still, 6 5 4 3. So it's gonna be a good drum beat. Everyone's impressed by your playing. And then we go on to Charlotte Painsburg.
I want to whip and clobber it with the spike blade.
You may. It's a power attack. I sorry if you're doing physical attack.
I rolled a 6, a 5, and a 2.
That's 1 damage.
Yo.
And mostly still impressive. The 2 doesn't totally wipe out your 5, so okay.
Just
Good looking
that
at-
grit.
You hit it. You know, the mic definitely hit it. Everybody went pop. Exclamation point appeared above its head or whatever. Started flashing red, that kind of stuff. Definitely did some damage there. Go to the Beef.
Let's use the sonic amplifier, try and use it to blast this thing and crack its exoskeleton.
That's a magic.
That's a failure.
Yeah, it's such a spectacular failure that it alerts and wakes the mummy. He hears that sour note and walks in like yawning like he just woke up, and it's like, what the hell? You guys are messing with my guard dog, Fido. Fido the Scorpion. He calls Fido off and tells you guys to back off and stop messing with Fido the Scorpion.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you the one causing that purple glow in the trash pile?
Causing? Huh. I ain't causing nothing, man. You must be talking about the Beast. I hate that guy.
Oh yeah, well, we hate that guy too. Any chance you'd like to join forces and destroy the beast?
Tell you what, if you'll get me a cold treat, I'll help you.
Like a ice cream cone?
Hell yeah, I love ice cream cones, like ice cream sandwich, Freezy Pop, Dippin' Dots, any kind of cold treat. You bring me a cold treat, I'll help you out.
I turn to my companions. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to play the bass in response.
Sounds like a yeah to me, man. I've heard a bass play yeah before. That sounds like a bass yeah.
You got yourself a deal.
Hell yeah. Alright, so now I need you guys to roll a seek to seek out a frozen treat for this guy. Find the nearest convenience store.
I rolled a 6.
You got a 6?
I'm not rolling anything else.
Looking at some 6s already?
I got 1, and a 4 and a 2.
Got 2 5s and a 4.
I'm not gonna drag the game on. I would make you guys like seek for a long time if I was trying to drag it out, but I will say that at least one of you guys rolled a 6. You guys it'll take you a while. Let's just say with all of your numbers, all not incredibly successful. So that's for the story reason anyway. It should take you a while to find something cold in the desert. Finally, you find the Oasis, a convenience store that serves cold snacks. You've got to rush them back to the mummy in time because they will melt if you do not. I need you guys to roll an action high enough to get the treats back in time, or else they melt when you get there.
We have a 4, a 4, a 4, and a 5.
So yeah, you drive, and you're driving at okay speed, but your tires are getting stuck in the sand. You're afraid the snacks are gonna melt. So unless someone else can save the day right now, the snacks will melt. You'll have to go back to the convenience store for more. Which reminds me, someone had to pay for those snacks. Yeah, you didn't buy a cooler. Someone had to pay for those snacks last time too, so I need someone to roll a wallet to pay for those snacks I already got, but it needs to happen.
Sounds like we should roll the shoplift.
That's also an option. But you didn't last time, so someone has to roll to pay for them. As long as someone succeeds in a wallet, you'll pay for them. If not, we'll already consider security on high alert for you guys now.
I rolled a 5 and a 4.
I'll consider that paid for, Singer.
Sugar mama.
So the first time it was Frozen 4, but unless someone rolls a successful action, as will be stuck sand in them.
I rolled 6, a 5, and a 3.
Thank God for Izzard. Izzard takes the wheel, digs you guys out of this, just whips it to the side, gets you guys back to the stone trapezoid. You're able to deliver your frozen treat to the mummy, convincing him to help you on your quest.
Hooray!
Before he leaves, though, he insists he gets ready and gets dressed and gets all his accoutrement ready. He lets you guys load up, too. His cave, his cavern, labyrinthine lair, is full of 90s to 2000s nostalgia, which is like Furbies, G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, all kinds of cool toys. He's got a Super Nintendo, he's got Sega Genesis, he's got posters from the 90s, sports jerseys, cool hats, gold chains, all kinds of cool 90s CDs and tapes and stuff, which he's gonna load up with. He's gonna get dressed with all his coolest shit, put on his coolest hat, grab his best chain. Because you guys seem so cool, he's gonna offer you guys, you can grab whatever you want, and also he has some heavy gold instruments that you're allowed to take. They'll be just like the instruments you already carry, so if you're carrying a thorned microphone or something, you can have a golden thorned microphone. If you're carrying a bass, you can have a gold bass. So if you guys would like to grab a gold instrument or anything else in this cave, just tell me what you want, the 90s to /2000s. You can take whatever you want, put it on your pack. With Pogs, we got Pogs, whatever you like.
I want a vinyl of Around the Throw by Deftones.
He's got several copies of that. He's a big Deftones fan. You can tell.
Same.
White Horse. He's got the White Horse on everything. He's got one that's never been opened. He's got some that have been played,
You said
obviously.
late 90s?
He's got one that's scratched. Yeah, mid to late 90s, early 2000s. He's a mummy from that era. That's what is mummified. So anything
Does
that
he have
era.
a life-size cardboard cutout of Carmen Electra advertising Bud Light?
He sure does. If you want to take that and put it in the ambulance, that's yours. A gift.
I do want to do that.
Furby.
Yeah.
You want a Furby? A Tamagotchi? Tornado Rex?
An unopened pack of first edition Pokemon card.
Yeah. He's got those. He's even got Pocket Monsters, originals. You can't read them. You can't read what they are. He's got them. You can take one of each if you want.
That would be most gracious of him.
He's got plenty. He was buried with it, so, you know. He's got a couple cats lying around, too, but they're mummified.
They're still adorable.
Oh, they're very cute.
Mummy cats you love too.
And he can reawaken them using his mummy powers, so it's fine. He'll invite you guys to play GoldenEye while you're killing time, too, if you guys want to sit around playing Eye for time being until you're ready to go. You can also update your outfits if you want. You want to put on some 90s outfits. You want to grab some Kingdom Mutombo jersey, Michael Jackson jackets, or whatever else. You're like, grab some chains, anything. Timberlands, whatever you want to get, you can update your outfit currently.
Puka shell necklaces.
Once you guys finish decking out your outfits and getting gold instruments if you like them.
Jinko jeans.
Oh, we got there's tons of Jinkos. You gotta get some Jinkos. Get those flare legs out. Just don't get them wet at the
British
bottom.
Knights high tops.
Yeah, FCUK sweater. Tommy Hilfiger cologne. You guys get all this stuff. You get some Dracarno wear, whatever you like.
Davidoff's
You
cool
leave
water.
the tomb. Yeah, get some cool water. Leave the tomb with the mummy. And now you must seek the current location of the beast.
What is this? Is this? Oh, it's delicious. What is this? Pepsi Crystal?
Yeah, and he's got Crystal Pepsi and he's got the new he's got New Coke or whatever it was called at the time.
Jolt Cola.
Yeah. So I need you guys to roll me a seek to find the beast once you've the mummy's lair. To try and find it. We can do it in the same order if that helps. So Hugh, if you would like to seek first.
I want to seek a $3 pack of cigarettes.
To be fair though, if you wanted cigarettes while you're at the mummy's, he's got cartons, but they are from the 90s, so they might be stale.
That orange box, the Camel Red Lights.
He's got cartons of cigarettes in his lair that still have Camel Bucks, Marlboros.
What about Orbits, the clear drink with the
with the balls in
beads
it? Yeah, that you could choke on and die. Yeah, you got those. You guys can take
Oh,
some Orbits
yeah.
with
Probably
you.
has the Soapy Elements.
Sobe was so good.
Yeah.
Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian's back.
He's got Zima too. You guys want some Zima?
Hell yeah, we're trading our microplastics for macroplastics.
Some big ones. We got a Tonka truck made of metal. But yeah, roll me some Seeks. You can go first, unless someone else is good at it.
I rolled
The
a pair
Seek
of
of the
fives.
Oh, yeah, you guys feel like
I
you're
feel like that's
closing
good
in.
enough for some cigarettes and some Orbits.
Yeah, you can find the cigarettes and the orbits, but no bees. And you feel like you're closing in, because as you travel, you see destruction. The trash monsters left behind, the trash, debris everywhere, destruction. Charlotte Painsburg, you seek.
Yeah, I rolled 2 2s and a 4.
Charlotte Painsburg,
I
yes, you
lost.
guys lost. Yeah, you get lost downtown. You end up in a very bad neighborhood. Everyone's like eyeballing your van. They want to take all your cool. They see all your cool '90s collectibles and golden instruments. You feel like you're getting criminalized on you. So someone needs to seek your way out of here before you get attacked. That'll
Is there a
be
taco truck?
a beef. There is a taco truck, but it looks like a very angry taco truck. So that's up to you, Beef, to get you guys out of here and find the beast, and/or buy a taco from the angry taco truck.
We can buy something from the Angry Taco truck?
I mean, if you want to buy an angry taco, you may.
What's in an Angry Taco?
The same stuff as a regular taco, except it just makes you angry.
I'd like
Plus-
to buy one, but save it for later.
You can do that. Roll me a wallet check.
135.
They're going to demand you pay them in gold instrument. So it's going to cost you 1 gold instrument for this taco.
I'm gonna give him the finger and say he can go fuck himself.
Nice.
Roll
That's punk rock.
me a Vox check to tell him to go fuck himself.
Okay, I got 3 3s and a 4.
He says it would be incredibly difficult for me to fuck myself, and takes back the taco.
I say, don't worry, I have faith in you. I'm pretty sure you can tell it all.
He retracts the taco. It suggests you take your business elsewhere.
Don't worry, I will, shitface.
He'll say, "How'd you know my name was Shitface?"
Your real name is shitface. Your mom must have hated you.
It's that's my last name. David Shitface. My mom's name is also Shitface. Deborah Shitface. We're the
Well, it runs in
Shitfaces.
the family.
Yeah, no fucking wonder.
Can't you see it on the side of the taco? Shitface's taco, it says on the side of the taco truck.
How many shit faces you got on this ship anyhow?
At least minimum 2. But yeah, you guys can continue to seek the beast once you leave this stand. That's up to the Izzard now. Save us, Izzard.
Hey, Mummy, got a quick question for you.
Oh yeah, Mummy's here.
Do you have any Molotov cocktails?
He pulls one out of his pack.
No, that's really cool.
I'd like to say, all right, everybody get ready in the car. And then chuck the Molotov cocktail at the Shitface's taco stand, and then peel out of there.
Yeah, roll me a power attack to attack him with a Molotov cocktail.
3 4 5.
It lands near their taco truck but doesn't hit it. It does start a fire in front of the truck as you guys peel out.
Still badass.
Did you hear what that dumb fuck said? He said, "Oh no, I don't want your $4. I'll take your golden megaphone." What a fucking tool bag.
Who would trade a gold megaphone for a taco? That's a fucking horrible snot.
Honestly, like $4 for one of those tacos, you penny.
Yeah, it's true. Pretty high
$4
for a
was a
taco.
little steep.
Although it did have a lot of cilantro.
And that's kind of what drew me to it, poor bastard. Now he'll never know the joy of having my $4 in his pocket.
Now he can only sell tostadas.
Hey,
You guys keep driving around, continuing to be lost, and the mummy suggests you use his magic amulet to find them, which he apparently could have done the whole time.
hell yeah, I'm actually glad you didn't suggest that at first, Mummy.
Because then you wouldn't have had that fun taco adventure.
Right, you wouldn't have had a fun taco adventure with us.
He uses this thing to locate the beast. It glows stronger and stronger as you guys go closer to this, until you finally roll past one of your hospital locations, where the Don Doctor is waiting, one of your many doctors at one of your other locations, and he's discovered a green rosetta. It's a special plant able to repel the beast away from you. As long as you carry this green plant, the beast cannot attack you.
What if you smoke it?
The beast cannot attack you as long as the cloud of smoke surrounds you.
That's pretty dope.
So there's
Ask the mummy, what is a holy diver?
Thing about the stripes of the tiger, don't you see what I mean?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a holy diver. It's a holy diver.
But you guys will get your green rosettas. So everyone has one green rosetta, which you can either carry or burn, however you choose to use it. And as long as you do, it'll create a radius around you where you cannot touch the beast and the beast cannot touch you. So you'll take that with you as you roll into the city where the beast is now located. You can roll for initiative to fight the beast. Pretty much you're in control right now because of your green rosettas. You can choose your next move.
I got 2 5s and a 2.
I got 2 5s and a 3.
I got a 17.
And then I'll roll for monster. 26 for monster. For the beast. Luckily, when you first roll up, it does get to go first because you are still in your ambulance. So it just attacks your ambulance, only doing minor damage to your ambulance. Damaging like the headlight on your ambulance. Is smashing out one of your front headlights. The right one is now damaged, will need to be replaced in the future. Your ambulance is already kind of dented up from earlier as it was attacked before and as you started to trash. This is a banged up ambulance at this point. Eugenia.
Rolling to jump out of the ambulance and attack. 6-6-4-4.
6-6-4-4. That's 2 damage, and the 4s are also successes, so it also looks good.
It deserved it.
It is slightly repelled by your action. You see the purple aura dissipating as you attack it. Go ahead, Izzard.
I will play the bass.
Nice. Magic.
2 6s, a 5, and a 4.
Also doing 2 damage and no failure, so looking good doing it. Sexy bass playing. This is some impressive funkadelic style bass playing. Real nice. You're playing like Flea right now, or so you're really slapping this. And then comes the beef. The trash has grown. It's left the junkyard and has now taken over an entire city. It's piled up over and across a whole cityscape. The whole city's covered in trash. And now the trash has become like a magnet for other trash. Now everything the trash touches becomes trash. Cars themselves are now part of the pile of trash. Lampposts, everything that it touches. So the whole world around it is trash now. You're just facing the world of trash. If it's not living, it can be thrown at you.
Or we can throw something living at the beast.
As long as we have that plant or whatnot, the beast can't harm us.
That's correct.
So here's my idea. What if, Mr. Mummy, you can locate, you can spot us towards the direction of that purple orb thing, right?
Yeah, he can help you find it. He's got the necklace that can locate it. As a matter of fact, he says he needs your help. He says if you can help him find the center of it, you can dispel it with some magic words. He just needs you guys to help him get to the center.
Fantastic. I'd like to find a building that will allow us to get closer towards the center of the creature.
Yeah, the mummy suggests the best way to reach the center of the creature is by having a dance contest with it. And so if you guys would all dance towards the center, that would help. So I need you all to roll action rolls to dance towards the center. And we'll start back at the top. Eugenia, roll me an action move to dance off with this beast.
No, I'm the drummer. I sit.
You got rhythm, man. You at least shake your hips. You gotta do something. You can stay where you are, but that won't help them get to the center. You just hold position by the ambulance.
Yes. I drum.
You holds the beat back by the ambulance. Izzard, are you helping the mummy triangulate via dance moves?
I'll dance.
In action to dance.
5s and a 3.
That sounds more successful than not. No killer dance moves in there, but you're dancing pretty good. It's above average dancing. The beef, how do you dance?
I dance, 2 5s and a 2.
About the same. Above average. No killer dance, no finishing moves in there, but good dancing. Then we have Charlotte Painsburg. How do you dance?
I rolled a 6, a 3, and 3.
You had one really good move in there. Sick dance move. Maybe the least impressive overall of the dance moves compared to their other allies. But you had that one sick move in there that was very impressive.
Hell yeah.
Nice little move. Finally, the mummy's able to get close enough to the center to chant the magic words. Something secret you can't understand. Something ancient. You win the dance contest. The beast goes limp and lifeless, loses his purple aura, and just becomes flaming piles of trash with green smoke billowing up above it. There are people around in danger, people in the crowd because of the fire, the trash, and the smells. You can help them if you feel like it, if you're feeling altruistic. But you have defeated the beast. You are heroes. A large crowd will thank you for your amazing deeds. They'll throw a parade for you. You'll get to have, it'd be a big fun ticker tape parade with confetti and shit, but you also get to do a big celebration concert at the end to celebrate your victory. hooray, we won, and the mummy will be on stage with you and he's gonna rap. Because as you heard before, the mummy's a really good rapper. So you guys now get to play your best music with the mummy rapping over the front of it. So we'll get everyone in the band to play their best magic solo, and that's how we'll close out the game, was everyone playing their cool solo and having defeated the beast with the mummy's help. We'll go with Izzard first. Izzard, play your magic instrument and see how it goes. Let's hear you jam on the bass.
I got a 5, 3, and a 2. So, mediocre.
Still, that's the concert. You can add +1 to your dice pool, which you can add to any roll in the game if you ever play this again. Up next,
Okay.
also playing at the concert, Charlotte Painsburg. On that mic, though, you're beatboxing, right? So you're providing percussion, mouth percussion, I guess you will. Provide us some mouth percussion with the magic roll.
Got a 6 and a 5.
2 hit dice to add to your dice pool to use as you wish on any roll in the future.
Hell yeah.
The Beef, roll some magic.
I got a 6 and a 4.
Alright, that still gets you 1 dice pool for the future if we ever play this again. And Hugina, roll me the magic concert music for yourself.
6, 4, 6, 5.
Alright, we'll give you a plus. We'll give you 3 hit pool dice for the future use if we ever play this game again. You guys have completed a successful Dr. Girl PhD RPG mission.
Good job, ladies.
Yeah, way to go, girls.